Good morning, students. Once again, welcome to history class. Dear students, so one more video is essential to complete the lesson. One topic is remaining about the Mauryan administration. Okay, so today we will learn about the structure of about the Mauryan administration, the central government, the provincial government, and the administration in the cities. Okay, about the central government. So Mauryan government was centralized and was managed by several officers in different ranks. So the ruler, the king, appointed a number of officials to manage various tasks. The king was the supreme authority and his throne was hereditary. So the king occupied the supreme position or authority in the kingdom, and the throne was hereditary from the father to the son, elder son. And the king was also the supreme judge. And Megasthenes and his Indica, we have an important source to know about the Mauryan rulers and their administration. In his book, he said, at the time of Chandragupta Maurya, tell us about the Mauryan administration. Indica and the Arthashastra are the two important sources to know about the Mauryans. Ashoka brought about some changes in the administrative system of Chandragupta Maurya. He appointed Mahamatras or governors to look after the welfare of his subject. Ashoka became a king of the subject now, and he said, all men are my children after the Kalinga battle. And then we can say, after the Kalinga battle, he devoted his time for the welfare of the people. He cared the people. And for that, in order to see the welfare of the subject in his provinces, Ashoka appointed governors in all the 5 provinces like Magadha, Gandhara, Avanti, southern province, and Kalinga. Southern province is capital is Swarnagiri. Anyway, at the central level, the king was assisted by the council ministers or Mantri Parishad, headed by the prime minister. In order to help the ruler, so there was a Mantri Parishad headed by the prime minister, and each minister was responsible for his department. The council ministers included the chief pujari of the state called Purohit, Senapati, who advised the king on matters related to war and peace, the head treasurer called Sannidhata, and Samaharta, the taxation expert, were some important ministers in the Mauryan administration government. Purohit, Senapati, Sannidhata, Samaharta, and the other important officers were Accountant General, one in charge of agriculture, Superintendent of mines, Superintendent of ports, Control of commerce, as well as the Superintendent of weights and measures. There were many departments in their empire, and all the departments had one head. So we can say the king was efficient, and also his officers were also efficient. So then we can say the administration was sound, means very good and strong also, without corruption. And in the provincial level, so once again at the central level, so king occupied the highest position in the kingdom, and in order to help or assist him, there was a council of ministers, Mantri Parishad, and who was head of this Mantri Parishad? Prime Minister. Chanakya was the Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya. Pujari, Senapati, Sannidhata, Samaharta, and many other officials were there. No, each department had one head, and they looked after the department. Okay, and in the provincial government, provincial, Ashoka made alterations only in the central government and not in the provincial government. Ashoka made some changes in the central government. During his grandfather's time, there were four provinces. And after the addition of Kalinga in Ashoka's time, there were 5 provinces. Already we have learned, no? Ashoka, after the Kalinga battle, conquered Kalinga, and he added Kalinga in his kingdom, the 5th province. And the head of the province was known as Kumar or Ariputra. Okay, please remember his name. Only the princes were appointed to this position. During Ashoka's time, the Kumar was assisted by governor or Mahamatra. According to some rock and pillar edicts of Ashoka, besides the Mahamatra, other officers took active part in the administration of the provinces. Pradeshika collected taxes in the province. Rajuga performed the functions of the modern day Tahsildar or revenue officer, and the Yukta was the treasurer. Pradeshika, Rajuga and Yukta were some of the important officers in the provinces of the Mauryan Empire. Okay, please remember. Once again, central government, provincial government, and now about district administration. The provinces were divided into districts called Janapadas. Mauryan rulers or Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara or Ashoka were the popular rulers of this dynasty. They divided their provinces into a number of districts in order to bring efficiency in the administration, we can say. Okay, the provinces were divided into districts called Janapadas. Their administration was looked after by Pradeshika, Rajuga and Yukta. So the various officials in the district, Pradeshika, Rajuga, the Tahsildar, modern day Tahsildar, Yukta was the treasurer in the province also, district also. And the administration in the cities, important cities, the capitals of provinces as given earlier, we have had their own administrative system. The head of the city was called Nagaradhyaksha. According to Megasthenes, the administration of Padaliputra, the capital city of the Mauryan Empire, was looked after by a committee of 30 members. During the Mauryan Empire, there were cities, and these cities had its own local self-government. For example, Padaliputra had a committee of 30 members. Okay, and the king appointed all these officials and they carried the administration of the cities. Once again, administration of cities, who carried this administration. So in order to carry this administration, there were committees in the cities. Okay, please remember that. Central government, provincial government, district administration, and administration of cities. Now we will learn about the revenue system of the Mauryan. The rulers collected revenue, taxes from the people to meet the expenses. Okay, you will learn the important taxes collected by the Mauryan rulers. The land revenue was the chief source of income in the Mauryan Empire. It was 1/6 to 1/4 of the produce. The share that the subjects, people had to pay the king, 1/6 to 1/4. Two kinds of taxes, namely Bali and Bhaga, are mentioned in the edicts of Ashoka. Bhaga was levied on agricultural produce and the cattle at the rate of 1/6. Okay. at the rate of 1/6. According to Vincent Smith and Sharma Shastri, Bali was a religious tribute. Paga was a tax levied on agricultural produce and the cattle at the rate of 1/6. Okay, or we can say Shadbag. Okay, Bali was a religious tribute. So the two important taxes collected by the Mauryan rulers from the people, okay, Bali and Baga. And according to Arthashastra, the Brahmins, women, children, king's men were exempted from paying tax. So some people had what we can say concession. Brahmins, women, children, king's men. Okay. So Bali and Bagana, toll tax was imposed on articles which were bought for sale. Taxes were levied on liquor shops and gambling houses. Some taxes were collected from forest and mines. From the revenue collected, the state provided various facilities like roads, irrigation, hospitals, and met other expenses of the state. So the Mauryan rulers collected taxes from the people, no? And with these taxes, they met the expenses of the government. They constructed roads, provided irrigation, and many other facilities to the people from this, with the help of these taxes only. So, please remember the two major taxes, no? And now about the spice system. Chandragupta Maurya had a wide network of spies in his empire. There were spies against the spies, and on important matters more than one agent was asked to collect information. The king was always kept informed of the working of the bureaucracy. In order to control the bureaucracy, or what we can say, in order to collect the information. So the rulers appointed many spies, secret agents, and these people inform what happened in the kingdom, to the ruler. Okay, and rulers had information about the bureaucracy. Bureaucracy means the officials only. Okay. Their administration was very strong. And now listen about military administration. Chandragupta Maurya maintained a huge army consisting of infantry, cavalry, elephants, and chariots. Infantry means soldiers who fight on foot, and cavalry, soldiers who fight on horseback. According to Megasthenes, the Mauryan army consisted of 6 lakh infantry, 30,000 cavalry, and 9,000 war elephants. A huge army they had. According to another source, the Mauryans maintained 8,000 chariots, and the chief weapons used to wear bows, arrows, shields, swords, etc. Okay. Their army was very huge, strong army. How many soldiers were there? According to Megasthenes' information, 6 lakh infantry soldiers, 30,000 cavalry soldiers who fight on horseback, 9,000 war elephants. Okay, please remember. And now, the king was the commander-in-chief of the army. The whole army was under a military commission of 30 members. The Mauryas also had a well-laid recruitment policy. The soldiers were paid salary in cash. The Mauryan king had built forts at strategic places for safety and security of the empire. So about the military administration, their army was very strong, huge army they had. Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, Ashok also, and revenue system we have. Please remember the taxes collected by the king from the people. Name the taxes. And why did they collect tax from the people? Okay. And now an important topic about Ashoka's Dhamma, not the revenue system. Okay, Ashoka and his Dhamma. So we will learn what was it and what was the importance of this policy. After the Kalinga battle, Ashoka became the people's king. So this is an important point. He embraced Buddhism but did not impose it on his subjects. He wanted his subjects to follow such a Dhamma that may be based on the unifying principles of all major religions of the world. So once again, we have already learned about the Kalinga battle now. Battle between Magadha and Kalinga. Kalinga was a small kingdom in the present day Odisha. So there was set up battle between these two kingdoms. And this battle deeply touched the life of Ashoka, or we can say this battle changed the life of Ashoka. Already we have learned now. Ashoka became a Buddhist and he became pure vegetarian. After that he announced a common code of conduct or an ethical order or a moral law that is known as Dhamma. The Dhamma as described in Ashoka's treatise is not a religion or religious system but a moral law, a common code of conduct or an ethical order which is a common meeting ground of religions. So Ashoka added many good points from various religions and he announced a moral law or an ethical law or ethical order or a common code of conduct. So that is known as Dhamma, no? A common code of conduct issued by Ashoka after the Kalinga battle in his kingdom. That is known as Ashoka's Dhamma. Okay. And the principles of this are main points of Dhamma. Ashoka's Dhamma has the following salient features, important or most important points. Respect for elders and love for children. He asked the people to respect elders and love for children. Ahimsa or non-violence. One of the important point of this Dhamma is the Ahimsa or non-violence. Good deeds or good karma would give happiness to man in the next birth. He taught the people to respect all religions. He disapproved empty rituals. Okay. He disapproved empty rituals. Were some of the important points of Ashoka's Dhamma. So what was Ashoka's Dhamma? It was a policy. It was a code of conduct now. Okay. Where a what we can say ethical order, a moral law issued by Ashoka after the Kalinga battle. And how did this Dhamma influence the people or the Ashoka's imperial policy, impact of this Dhamma? It brought religious unity. People belonging to different religions followed their embraced policy of religious tolerance. Okay. People learned to respect other religions. So this created religious harmony in his empire because of the influence of Dhamma. And the impact of this Dhamma on moral values, people under the influence of Dhamma started their moral life. Then, end of crimes, the policy of Ahimsa did have a great moral impact on people. Thefts, crimes and other such activities almost came to an end. So this policy, Ashoka Dhamma, deeply influenced the people also. They began to follow this one. So that reduced the crimes. Okay. And because of this policy, the policy of conquest and was having come to an end, Ashoka's Dhamma helped to officials to undertake public welfare and public work schemes. This resulted in prosperity and helped people to lead a peaceful life. Okay, we have learned after the Kalinga battle, Ashoka said no to battle or war. No? and he was able to concentrate the welfare of the people. He became a, what we can say, a people's king, or we can say he devoted his time for the welfare of the people, and he proclaimed Dhamma, a common code of conduct, or a moral law, a common code of conduct, or an ethical order. No, okay, Ashoka's Dhamma. Ashoka was a great, Ashoka the Great, no, because of his policy only. Okay, so please remember these points and be ready for the examination. About civics, we have 2 lessons about the framing of the constitution and the features of the constitution, and history lesson number 1, Indus Valley civilization. 2 about the Vedic culture. Lesson number 3 about 2 religions, Buddhism and Jainism. And lesson number 4 about Mauryan Empire. These are the lessons for the examination. And the remaining lessons we will learn after the examination. Okay, so revise and complete the answers in the allotted time and submit your paper after completing the after completing all examination. You have already informed, no? I mean, okay. So about the Mauryan Empire, from Chandragupta Maurya to Ashoka, Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, Ashoka the Great. We have learned about Arthashastra by Kautilya, Indica, Megasthenes Indica. These are the 2 important literary sources to know about the Mauryan Empire. Okay. Then we have learned about Ashoka's edict. Ashoka's edict we have learned. Sanjisuba are the various sources to know about Mauryan empires. Okay. So revise it. And thank you very much.